All systems go. Cleared for takeoff.
What's going on, everybody? We're back talking best ball, doing a live best ball draft. Couple minutes late. Sorry about that. We're going to hop in a second. First, I want to let everybody know, partner over there at drafters.com. If you don't have an account, want to go do a live draft with us right now, use that promo code SHIPIT. They will match 100%, $20 all the way to $100. Use that promo code SHIPIT. Looks like some overlay. We're back, Marley. Let's get in a live draft right now.
Should we join this one? There's only 2 spots.
2 spots.
Should we wait?
Yeah.
I know we got people in here wanting to draft with us.
All right, we can wait. I do got to be out here. I'm going to be on Liam's show in an hour, 20 minutes, though. So that's the only little scary thing.
I just saw that, yeah.
Now.
Hopefully we have enough people in here. They've been filling fast. So maybe a mixture of people looking to draft right now. I don't know, man. Your call.
I'm going to give it another refresh. If it's 10 out of 12, I say we got to go for it. It's 10 out of 12. All right, I'm hitting it.
Hopefully we're in the same one.
Hopefully we are in the same one.
Sorry to anybody drafting that wanted to draft with us.
Let's see. We are in.
Maybe it'll just be easier for us to crush this one if we don't have everyone in here.
Well, K-Craps, he's the guy right there. Ham's in this one. So there are a couple people that were in this one.
All right, cool.
Waiting. K-Craps has been a decent amount of my drafts. Ham
was ready to be double drafting there.
Yeah, it was. Go collect. Richie Smalls, Junior in here. Beetle Bane, Nades in here. Ham in here as well. What's going on, everybody? Ham gonna have the worst team. No need to chirp Ham. Ham's getting better and better as it goes on. Big Marley in the 1 spot. Love to see that. Big Marley, I'm in the 8 hole.
Boom. Spoiler alert. Picking Justin Jefferson.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I've been hammering these out since the last one, man. We had Liam on. We have a champ on. I'm drafting with 2 champs, and I go out and have like my worst performance yet. So I've probably cranked out like 30 drafts since our last one. So I'm gonna be getting that $110 worth of bonuses, 3 free $20 tickets, and a free $50 pick'em ticket. Plus, I got a free one for doing 5 or more drafts over the weekend. So drafters out there hooking it up, guys, take advantage of those bonuses.
I was gonna say let the people know, because last year, like, that was a big reason I did it too. I ended up, I think, like 15 free drafts they gave away when it was all said and done. They came out with this year. So let the people know what deals you are talking. Not everyone might know. Yeah,
I did the draft 30 plus teams in August. So as long as you're drafting these teams in August, they're going to hook you up. Let's see. They got it right here on the main screen. Draft 5 plus teams, receive 1 $10 pick'em ticket. Draft 10 plus teams, receive 1 $20 millionaire ticket, and then a $10 pick'em ticket as well. Draft 20 plus teams, receive 2 $20 million dollar tickets, and a $25 pick'em. And then the one I did, draft 30 plus teams, receive 3 $20 tickets and a $50 pick'em ticket. So I'll be throwing that $50 pick'em on MMA, hoping to turn that into even more. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and did they say, did I read it where like they're giving them all August 30th or something like that?
September 1st, you get it.
September 1st, yeah. Which is last year. I remember what they did was like when you emailed them, it was like when you do finish 20 drafts, you get like 1 for free, 50 drafts, 2 for free, and you just had to email them, and then they redeemed it right in your account right away. They're smart though, because you're gonna have to make sure, Marley, you don't max enter it before September 1st, otherwise all your tickets become worthless. So a little smart on their part right there.
And I would imagine if they're going to have a lot of overlay, they'll do something big in September as well, just to hand out as many tickets as they can.
My guess as well, yeah. Again, any questions anybody has, put them in the chat. We will get to those as always.
Oh, shit. And rankings are updated over on SHIPIT Nation. I did 2 of them yesterday. This is the one I believe that is on the site. And I've been drafting off of these. I've even missed a couple of my picks. I was at the gym and I timed out for 2, or I went off the internet for some reason. So 2 picks lagged out. I went back in. I was like, oh, perfect. Those are who I wanted anyway. So loving the whole rankings. I've been using them for each one of my drafts. They're pretty close to ADP, minus my Walker and Madison. They're still up there, maybe 15 picks or so. So you still want to watch that. You might not want to go a full 10 or 15 picks above on them, but I think they're pretty good. And I'm going to be drafting off them today.
Love that. Yeah. With the Dalvin news, Zeke going to the Patriots, news is starting to hit. So those rankings are updated on our site. Junior talking about it. New rankings are tasty. So Devontae went in the 6th spot, which you do not see very often. Was either going to go Kelsey or Eckler. Will gladly take Eckler in the 8th spot. 126. I just saw that. A lot of fast drafts, not many slow drafts. So winding down the drafts here on it's pretty close, I think, at 126 on all the sites. So the timer will go. Some people did ask in the past or in the Discord recently, like, will you ever get auto draft or something? Because football season coming up, 8 hours a pick. But no, that 8-hour timer will go down to 4 hours. I believe it was 4 hours last year. Might even got down to 2 hours at some point, but all of those drafts will be done. Nobody is getting auto drafted.
I accidentally did a slow draft on BBM4. I've only done 1 slow draft out of my 115, and I think I just meant to click the 30-second, and I accidentally clicked the 8-hour. I didn't even realize it till my pick came up. So I'm in 1 slow draft now for the BBM4, and I don't feel good about it.
Not a fan? Not
really. No, not at all. Although at least they give you a lot of updates on Underdog, so it's hard to miss your pick. But it's just so hard for me to really be focusing on my team and what I want. I like to think ahead in drafts, and I can't really do that on slow drafts unless I'm hitting my queue, which I do sometimes. But it usually just pops up, you're up, and I'm like, oh, great. Now let's figure out where the heck I left off yesterday or whenever it was.
No, for sure. It's a completely different world, no doubt about that. Who else we got in here? Same people. We appreciate watching it live, watching it on playback. That like button, subscribe button helps us out a ton here at ShipItNation.com. So I'm back on the clock.
Pairing with Eckler.
Yeah, I don't know. So Tony Pollard's ADP keeps climbing. Obviously, they were expecting a Zeke, a Fournette, something with him. That is not the case. I'm gonna go Olave.
Olave?
Yeah, they could still get a Fournette, like you said, but yeah, it's looking right now. Miami and Pollard are the 2 running back rooms that definitely took a bump. Stevenson, I don't give him too much of a downgrade there. I definitely give more of a downgrade to Breece Hall because early in the season it feels like almost a lock that Dalvin will be relied on more, so ease Breece back in, and then as the year goes on, Breece gets his 20-25 touches, how I see it. So little bump down to Breece. Ramondre, though, the goal line equity, short yardage, I think that hurts definitely, but I still expect Ramondre to be a 3-down guy. I don't think Zeke takes away too much. There is the big news there. Russell Gage, I just saw went down, probably season ending. Don't love to see that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, news is hitting. Yeah, I had some Gage in the last round, but
I got him last night in one.
Yeah, I think I got one last night or 2 nights ago too. So,
but yeah, I really didn't bump down Stevenson too much, and I did bump down Breece Hall down here right below Mixon, just because I'm more sure about the Mixon role. I feel like he's going to have more of a full-time workhorse role, where Hall probably starts the season. Man, what do I do here? Probably starts the season behind Cook, and then if Cook just tears it up, I don't feel great about Hall getting back on the field when they're just trying to get these old guys with Aaron Rodgers and Cook to get the championship this year. If Aaron Rodgers likes Cook, I think Cook's going to play a lot. But I've got my Cook bag. I don't see me getting a whole lot of Cook going forward.
Yeah, we were we were talking about you were really high on Dalvin. I hardly had any Dalvin. We were polar opposites there. I will say in the past couple of days, I have drafted him a little more when he's fallen to like 100, something like that. If I only have 2 running backs, 1 running back, something, start receiver heavy or quarterback, tight end, whatever it may be. I've taken a couple of Dalvin shares around 100 in the past couple of days, but
yeah, I'm probably done drafting Dalvin now. Just because my bag is big enough, ADP is probably going to rise. I'm not looking to get him unless he falls to, past 100. I'll still get that, but that's where I was looking to get him before. And I wasn't getting a whole lot of Breece Hall. I had a very low bag on Breece, but I've been getting him in almost every single draft I've done in the last day because he's fallen to these late 40s. And I'll probably, if he goes to 48, I'll take him again here. So I'm now pumping my bags up on the Hall because the ADP drop. If Cook is washed, and Hall can come back from this ACL, he's going to be a better talent. He is a Hall of Fame talent. I think he would be great in the pass game with Rodgers as well. So I'm cool getting my Hall now that he's falling. You're getting some unique combos as well because people who have been drafting so far don't have him in late 4th or 5th round. So I like it, and I'm just kind of switching it up now.
Yeah, no, that's how you do it for sure. I had a decent amount of Breece. I'll still fine taking him though in the late 40s, so I'm on the clock right here. Plenty of options to go. Take Debo. I'll go another wide receiver.
I like it. And yeah, I think I like that 8 slot. If I'm not getting 1 or 2, I want the 8 spot. And I'll take whoever it is that falls to me because I like those top 8 players that go off the board a good amount. My least favorite is being 9 and having to get one of those guys I just don't feel good about. That's when I find myself making unique combos. Like, all right, let's get freaking Pollard and Chubb here just because not a lot of people are going to do that or something along those lines.
Yeah, I agree. 8 and 9, like they took Devontae at number 6. So if you take Devontae out, the top 7 right there. I have Diggs a little tier below the Ecklers, the Kelsey, and the Cups of the world, but I have him in a tier above Bijan Robinson. So I agree with you kind of. It's the 7 pick that I like a lot. 8, if someone's going to reach a little bit, I'll take Diggs at 8 otherwise. But yeah, the Bijan, A.J. Brown, St. Brown, C.D. Lamb, Saquon, Garrett Wilson, like all of those guys, the 16th pick and the 9th pick or the 10th pick look pretty similar to me. So I agree with you there.
And I'm high on the Bills this year. I actually think Bills are my pick to win the Super Bowl. But if you're drafting off these rankings, you're going to find yourself getting a lot of Bills because I think I'm a little bit higher on all of them. I have Diggs at 7. He's going 8. I have Gabe Davis probably 8 picks higher than ADP. Kincaid's right around ADP, but I have Josh Allen above ADP too. So if I'm getting Josh Allen, I'm looking to stack it up. I got Cook above ADP. So I've been getting a lot of Bills and Breece Hall these last 24 hours.
No, I like it. Someone just took the falling Ramondre Stevenson. I would have gladly scooped that as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little – I don't have much Joe Mixon, so I'll take a little Joe Mixon.
And yeah, I'm cool with any of these guys following to me, really. So I love the 1 spot. If I could have the 1 spot every draft, I'd take it.
Yeah. The thing is, I've just had so many, like the combinations at the 2-3 turn, like the same guys are there. So when I get the 1 multiple times in a row, it's like, feels like my team's the exact same as my only downfall to that. But I'll take the Jets any day of the week.
Yeah, I feel you. Oh, man. Somebody I've been wanting to get more of is Justin Fields. I know I don't have a lot of Fields, and that's one I'm scared of, man, because he could just light the league on fire. But at the same time, it's those guys who you really rely on running are more likely to get hurt, in my opinion. So and he's been going earlier than I want to get him, so it's hard to pump my Fields bags. How exposed to you are him?
I have a decent amount. I'm probably in the 10 to 15% range. I love the hero QB stuff. When you draft Fields, you know what you're doing roster construction. So many outs on the ground. Get DJ Moore in the picture. So yeah, I like Fields for sure.
Solid. Yeah, I've just been getting a whole lot of Herbert in that range instead because I have a ton of Keenan Allen, a ton of Mike Williams, and if I'm high on those two, I got to be high on Herbert as well.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, I love Herbert. You can't go wrong with Herbert. There's no doubt about that.
All right. You know what? I got more Madison, so I'm going to go with Walker this time. All right, I'll get them both. What am I talking about? Those are my guys. I love when I get these guys on the same. I wish I didn't get Taylor now at this point because I got them both, and I'd be cool with them as my 1-2. But now I'm probably just done drafting running backs for a while. And what I've been liking to do lately is when I get Mahomes, I kind of like pairing him with Taylor just in case maybe Taylor gets traded to KC. And then you're sitting pretty. Like, where does Taylor go if he's on the Chiefs? Like,
what are the odds? What are the odds you think on that? Like, the more it sounds to me, the more it's like he's just going to return to the Colts. Like Dobbins just returned. All of these guys, like Jacobs, I expect to be back sooner rather than later. But what do you think?
I would say low, like sub 10%, but just in case. And I still think that Taylor probably plays. I like getting him here anywhere near the 3rd round. So I've just been pumping my bags lately because similar to Hall, I wasn't getting him when he was going earlier in the 2nd round. So now I'm fine pumping up these bags because I just love getting a wide receiver in the 1st, figuring out my running backs right around this range where I just got my 2. And those are my favorite teams that I've built. So having done 500 teams already, I just am more of this is how I like my roster to look. I'm not going to get the same players, but the same type of structure. And hopefully that's the winning structure.
I like it. Talking little Justin Fields. Add another one to the bag. Do not mind Justin Fields falling. The thing is, you can always play him naked. Like DJ Moore's already gone. DJ Moore is already gone. Yeah, way up there last round. But you can get the Moonies. You can get the Cole Kmets, Herberts. You can get multiple running backs. Like, you can pair them, but you don't need to, obviously.
I like, Claypool hurt, but just the deep threat of Claypool is something I like pairing with Fields. You'll just get those 3 spike weeks where he scores 25 possible points, but he's not going to be a stay on your lineup each week.
Yeah, and with his draft capital, I mean, he's all the way down there. Does not cost much to get. Don't mind that.
Yeah, I'd say at cost, he's my favorite.
I would say probably Mooney for me. I just love his big play. Get him the ball in the flat. He can take it himself. Doesn't need to rely on Fields' arm as much. So I'd probably say Mooney is mine at cost right now, but I like Claypool. 2 coming back. Is right. I'm going to go someone. I don't know if I want another guy. He's been flying up draft boards a bit. Don't have as much as I wanted, but Darren Waller. Rumor in camp is nobody can guard the man. Not surprised one bit. Freak of nature, athletic freak. Danny Dimes must be getting the ball in the right spots. All those reports in camp. The wide receiver room's a mess. Give me the known Darren Waller. So
yeah, the one guy who you can trust getting the ball. Where just the wide receiver core, man, just you're taking your shots, and it could be a complete dud. And I'm low to all of them. I'd say I've lately got more Hodgins and Campbell. So those are the 2 I'm kind of leaning with, hoping that they get the starting roles, but I never feel good clicking their names.
Yeah. I just saw some buddies put in our group chat, David Bakhtiari, Jets have reportedly discussed a potential trade with Bakhtiari. Rodgers taking the whole Packers squad and running.
Adam's coming soon too, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can't blame him.
That's why he took that big pay cut.
Yeah,
going after that ring.
Junior, question for you. Marley, you getting a lot of Shakir too in Bill stacks? He's always there around 180, and he's been pouncing on it.
Yeah, that I actually meant to answer that question. Let me hammer this
you're on the clock right now.
Go.
I will say we talked a little. Liam was on Wednesday. He's a big Bills fan, but the wide receiver 3 position feels a little unknown right there. Multiple guys in training camp and in and out. Now that they got Kincaid, I think they'll run a lot of 2 tight end sets. What are your thoughts, though, on that?
See, he's like the one guy that I don't have much above ADP. I get Shakir when I have Allen and I don't get Diggs and I don't get Gabe Davis. Then I'm looking to get like a Cook and a Kincaid and Shakir, just as many spots piled on as I can. When I don't get Diggs and I don't get Gabe Davis, I'm also fine getting Cook and Damian Harris on the same team, just hoping to lock up all the touchdowns with those 2 and Allen. When I get the Bills, I'm just looking to stack up any way I can. Gabe Davis is my guy. He's my highest exposed wide receiver across all sites. So he's the one I've really been going after, and I have highest above ADP. But sometimes he gets picked early, and when I don't get him, I try to make it a point to get Shakir. I don't feel good about him even getting that third wide receiver role, but I think if Diggs or Gabe goes down, I think Shakir jumps into that 1 or 2.
Yeah. And even if he does get that third role, or like you said, an injury, you're in a very explosive offense. Okay, I'm back on the clock here. Like I definitely like it. That 180 range is just so gross. So when you're talking, like he's definitely not one of my favorites, but exposure to anybody there if he does win that out. I'm gonna go Brandon Cooks. Also been good reports on him in camp. Finally won't have all eyes on him playing for an awful team in the dome. Gallup, CD.
Yeah, I've never been a Cooks guy until this year. I think he could be really good on that Dallas team.
I definitely have played way too much Brandon Cooks in my DFS life. I'm always sitting there at 6K on FanDuel. They're always down 30. They're always slinging it. Hey, he's came through a lot, though.
I just never pick players on bad teams. So when they go off, man, those are the players that I'm just never exposed to. But yeah, it usually saves me. But man, I don't think I've picked somebody that wasn't on the top yet. I'm just loving the rankings. It's a little bit boring. I don't have any like toss questions. I just keep clicking right at the top of the draft, but makes it easy.
Like to see. Yeah, no, rankings definitely important. Make sure to check those out on the SHIPIT Nation website. If you see me looking down my phone a little bit, MLB does lock in like 45 minutes or something. So go over SHIPITNation.com. Check out all of our MLB content on the site. Nice little 4-gamer early slates. Coors on the slates. 8-gamer, I believe, later.
Got a new sign up on Drafters.
There we go.
Love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I knew I needed to come in here and have a good team. I'm feeling much better about this team than I was that last draft that we did with Liam. So feels good to finally bounce back.
Yep. Hey, there we go. Let's see. I'm on the clock. Interesting spot here. I'll go Traylon Burks. Another guy. Oh, boomer. Another guy that grading out or good news in camp from him. Explosive, athletic. DeAndre Hopkins will take a lot of the attention. Derrick Henry should see single coverage. Big playability there. Yeah, G. Kiefer signed up for Drafters. Love it. Alex Hahn, what's going on, my man? Hope everything's going well with you. Saw K. Craps in the Discord, too. What did he say? He said he snuck in. Yeah, we saw you, K. Craps. I don't know if you're watching this show live, but he said, I ended up in the slow draft. Let's ship it. I saw him in a couple other show draft, not slow draft. Saw him in a couple other my slow drafts as well. So love that.
Yeah, Go Collect's not in here to snipe me. Good thing. Good thing. I have a couple players I'm looking to get, so glad you're not there to take them from me.
About halfway through, again, Drafters 20 rounds, Underdog 18, DraftKings 20 as well. Can get gross the longer it goes. Big Marley coming up, though. What's your thoughts? For your
I got 2 in mind. We got a question here from Joseph. Yeah, you click on your name, and then under that, there's a player exposures option that you can click on to see your total exposure to everybody.
I didn't even know that. You might have to show us live because I only knew by typing in the name and it's showing like I type in Gibson and it shows like 13 teams and I have to do the 13 divided by something. So if you want to show it right now, that'd be huge.
Let me do that. Here, I'll just pull it up. Drafters. See who my highest is. I would guess my highest is going to be one of the late running backs, like a Fournette, CEH, something like that I'm getting in the 18th, 20th round. Okay, there we go.
I'm going to try and do it on solo or on mobile. Solo, what am I talking about? On mobile, I'm going to see if you can do this.
All right, so right here, the drop-down arrow, just right under that, player exposures.
Oh, player exposures. Look at that.
Oh, shit. Rashee Rice, 33%. I wouldn't have guessed that one.
I did not know.
Madison.
I was always wondering that because DK and Underdog makes it easy. There we go. Look at that.
Learn something new every day.
Exactly. Learn something new every day is right.
So there's my highest exposed players on drafters. $400 on Rashee Rice. That's a little scary.
Back on the clock.
I have a feeling I might get Rashee Rice on this one too, since I got Mahomes.
Tough. Like I'm looking at Danny Dimes if I want a second QB, but 213 bye weeks, I will pass on that.
True.
I'll go with Antonio Gibson. So, Paige, what do you guys think the contest will be at? My guess is 75K with decent overlay. Yeah, it's still a little too far out to know, I think. I expect like so many drafts, so many people to be coming in late. A lot of people in August. Drafters going to be pushing overlay codes, all that stuff. I think 75 is a pretty good guess. I was thinking around 80, so kind of in the same ballpark, but definitely expecting a good amount of overlay as well. Last year there was 43 out of 58,000. This year now over 110,000. Yeah, I'm guessing somewhere in the 80K ballpark. 75 sounds right though.
Yeah, I'll say 69, 420.
Like that number. Two good numbers. Right around there, though. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, really? It's live exposure, too. So anyone I just picked in this draft is already included on it. That's interesting.
Really? Huh. Live exposure to make a pick, and let's go. Yeah, learn something new every day is right, because I always like typed in the name. And then it was like 13 teams, and I'd do math that way. Someone has to tell people have asked me that too.
Yeah, super helpful. All right, yeah, I love getting these kind of hero quarterback teams where I just don't have to worry about a third quarterback the rest of the draft. I'm good with KC and Minnesota, and I love stacking up two good teams as well. Also, throughout the rest of the draft, I can start grabbing guys from other good teams and not have to worry about backstacking anybody. So these are my personal favorite kind of builds where the stacks just fall to me late. I might get a good one, and then a Cousins, who is my highest owned quarterback, just because there's so many players on the team to stack with. I like that team this year to score a lot of points, be in a lot of shootouts. I love Cousins as my number 2 quarterback with anybody. I don't even mind it with Allen, and they're both week 13 buys. I feel good enough about those two where I could take that hit for the 1 week. And I don't expect like Cousins to score a whole lot of points on this team because I have Mahomes, but I feel having two good quarterbacks, you're almost locking yourself into 20 plus, 25 plus points every week because Mahomes might have 3 or 4 bad weeks, but hopefully Cousins picks it up those weeks and he does end up getting some starter points.
Makes a lot of sense. Joe said, can you do that on mobile too? I'm expecting that you're talking about the player rankings, and yeah, you can. So if you do on the mobile, if you go like the top left, the 3 bars, top left of your screen, click that, and then you'll see like lobby, create a game, rankings, etc. It'll say player exposures. Click on that. It's absolutely perfect. Marley helping us out. It's on there. Go collect. That's pretty funny, man. Get a lot of characters at the casino having some funny jokes.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's just keep picking at the top of the draft, I guess. We'll take Freiermuth, and then the next one's a little tougher. You know what? We're going to take Freiermuth, and then we're adding to my highest exposed player, Rashee Rice. Now I feel good about my 2 stacks. I don't have to pile any more KC guys on there. I actually might take MVS if you guys let them fall to the 144 or 145. But yeah, man, those are 2 good teams to stack up.
Yeah, I think MVS is my highest owned Chiefs player. McKinnon might be pretty close. Definitely not as of late. A lot of McKinnon earlier in the year, before they were drafting, before he was even re-signed with the Chiefs. I don't know, people didn't expect him to be signed or something. He was going like the 190 range. But now at ADP, Scantling, I love for sure. But that wide receiver room, who the heck knows?
Exactly. Yeah, I just like what I saw. I don't watch college, but I watch highlights on all these guys that are possible draft players, and I liked Rice's tape, and I just think he could be a solid wide receiver with Mahomes throwing him the ball. Kelsey, I heard a podcast with Kelsey and his brother, I think, and Kelsey was really high on him. He thinks he could be a difference maker on this team. Last name Rice at wide receivers have been a good thing in the past, so we'll see.
Yeah, got Mooney with my Justin Fields. So again, I'd be fine if I didn't stack anything with Fields, but definitely wanted Mooney. Thoughts on OBJ? Feels like he could end up being a steal at ADP. Yeah, you got to get that Baltimore room right. I mean, one of Flowers, Bateman, OBJ feels like they have to bust with all they're going with their ADP. Lamar's upside, rushing, Andrews, all of that. So pick your poison. OBJ is going the last out of Flowers, Bateman. I prefer Flowers and Bateman. We saw Bateman last year. Definitely some injury risk. Flowers been blowing up Cam. So OBJ falls third on the list for me. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely be wrong. And OBJ, I like those. I like targeting some people on Baltimore. Love their offense. Think they play faster. So many weapons. It's just someone's going to get left out.
Yeah, I don't have much OBJ at all. Mark Andrews is my highest exposed tight end. So I don't like having Andrews and OBJ on the same team if I don't have Lamar, and I don't have a lot of Lamar. So I'm usually trying to get just one of those Baltimore players, and I agree. I like Flowers more. I like Bateman more. I'm probably a little bit above Field on Flowers, right around Field, if not above, on Bateman, and then I bet I have like 2% OBJ.
Yeah, I'm something like that too. Like I wish I had a little more, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that.
I only get him when he falls, but he is a guy that I've seen fall like 20 picks, and I can't pass up on him when that happens. Oh, man. All right, you are up. What are we working with here?
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, a lot of ways I can go. Plenty of ways I can go. I'll go another tight end. Tyler Higbee's been someone I've liked a lot. I mean, so steady with Stafford. Not too much target or competition for targets. Probably playing a decent amount from behind in the dome. Just a guy I've drafted a lot in the mid range when it comes to tight ends. And now I'm good at tight end. Waller, Higbee. If there's someone really late that I grab or something, just because everything else in that range stinks, but.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, definitely cool with those two tight ends. I have a lot of Higbee as well. I think he's probably 6th or 7th highest on my exposure list at tight end. I have a pretty narrow tight end player pool. I keep targeting the same like 10 guys. So I'm like double the field on all the 10 of those guys and under the field on everybody else.
I think I'm kind of in that same boat too. Trying to diversify a little more as it goes on, but like some Dulcich, there's been some bad news with him. When do you guys think on where Khalil Herbert ADP will fall once regular season starts? So I assume you mean like once we get to the regular season or approaching it, like where is it going to finish? Khalil Herbert's 110 right now. He's definitely been flying up a little as of late.
Got him at 100 in this draft. Hamwich did.
Yeah, maybe about 100 is my guess, somewhere around there. I still think I prefer the Gibsons, the AJ Dillons, Chardonnays of the world. But I think there's just, I mean, I love the talent of Khalil Herbert. The best ball, I mean, take it for 80 yards, you get the spike week right there, like the floor ceiling combination. You don't care about the floor as much, but Foreman there, Johnson there, Fields is another running back. Like, you got to get that situation right too. It's another unknown still in the middle of August. If it is Herbert's backfield, even 50% of snaps, whatever it may be, is slam dunk for sure. But he'll rush for 2K this year. Yeah, I mean, if he's a 3-down back, he'll be rushing for 2K maybe, but I'm not sure about all that.
Yeah, I got a lower Dulcich. I don't really like him here. I like Irv Smith more than Dulcich, actually. So I'd probably put him right behind Irv. But I have Irv up at least 10 spots ahead of ADP. He's one of my guys I'm going after, a top 5 tight end for me, just because of the offense. I like whoever the tight end is for the Bengals, but I also think Irv has some talent that we just haven't seen yet.
I agree. I think he's still like 24 years old. He was freak of nature coming out of college, battled some injuries, great offense, no eyes on him. And the Dulcich situation is it's not like Troutman's getting tight end one work. Looks like it's mainly when two tight ends are on the field or passing downs is when Dulcich shows up. It's not something I'd overreact to too much. I definitely bumped him down a little bit in my rankings, but yeah, it's interesting to see for sure. So I'm back on the clock.
And yeah, I wasn't getting a whole lot of Dulcich before, but it was more on my Wilson teams. I'd be kind of cool getting him. And then on Underdog, I have a lot of Dulcich on my Herbert teams, just as my Week 17 run back.
How much time? 5 seconds I'll go another running back. Just a dead range at running back that I really don't love much in it, but
yeah, I'm underweight on Pierce and overweight on Singletary. Makes me nervous. I feel like I might have to start upping my Pierce exposure, especially if he's falling. And then Singletary, I don't mind being a little bit overweight to him. It's just, you're right. It's that dead zone where I go wide receiver early and I need somebody around that range. I end up having to get him a lot.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It's a dead range. Like I'm looking like maybe I go Roquan Johnson instead, but I mean, I'm just talking about it. Like, who the heck knows what's going on in Chicago? At least I know Singletary's going to get some reps. I don't think they want to drill Pierce into the ground when they're down by 27, 28. Like, is Pierce really going to be getting? I mean, he did sometimes last year. He did some garbage time drives, but Singletary's going to be mixed in for sure. Just crazy to take a guys who are backups and rookie over Khalil Herbert will see most of the touches. It's crazy as ADP. If you think he's getting most of the touches, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not convinced he's getting anything over 40% of the touches. Two other guys back there. Justin Fields, still another running back. Yeah. That's the beauty of best ball, though. That's the beauty of best ball. People will have different takes, take ADP a lot higher. I mean, I'm not taking him at 90 or something like that. But if he rushes for 2K, Ham, you have a good chance to be on the winner. So coming up again. Tough sledding out here. Tough sledding.
We got 69th draft for K-Craps, who I just saw in Discord got in the draft.
Yeah.
That's a lucky draft right here for you. I might save my 69 for a show next week.
There you go. 90 is the lucky number.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I said when I saw that tweet, I was like, I got to do at least 90 teams now. My plan was to get at least 100, but now I can stop at 90 if I need to.
Hamwish, I'll take over 40% of carries. Do I want to call that bet? Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I won't call you there, but that's the line I set it at. Very well could go over. I'm high on Cam Akers, Kamara, Herbert, not as much on Javonte Williams, in my opinion. I've definitely raised Javonte as of late. I mean, him actually going to get snaps in this preseason game, not something I expected one bit. So, yeah, he's way ahead of schedule there. If he's getting preseason work, that means he's got to be 15, 20, 25 touches week one, you'd think. And if that's the case, sign me up for Javonte. Yeah, I know I said it. Doesn't mean I'm betting on it. I'm betting on it in my portfolio. I don't have nearly as much. That's where my bet is, Ham.
All right, I'm going to do the first time I've done this back-to-back Saints tight ends. I think Johnson could be a good pass catcher on that team. And then Hill, I'm just going for those rushing touchdowns. This isn't really the league I love to get Hill. I like him more so on Underdog where it's only half-point PPR. I'm not getting him to catch balls. I'm just getting him for the touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. It's just I haven't had that much taste on this year. Like, who knows what's going to go on? There's so many pieces in that offense. I've kind of avoided it. Like Kamara, now with only his 3 games, I've taken some more of him. Michael Thomas at around 100, Olave. But
dude, I'm over with all of them, man.
All of them.
Carr, Kamara, Olave, Michael Thomas. Not Shaheed, but I've been getting Shaheed a lot lately. And then both of these tight ends, I know I'm like double the field on.
Fair enough. Definitely a lot more than over here.
Yes, I think the Saints have like 13 dome games this year, and they're just in a bad division. I like the unknowns with Carr. Maybe Carr was just not good because he was on the Raiders, and now with the Saints, he could maybe be something. Because I remember back when he broke his leg that one year, I was like, damn, this kid Carr is going to be a damn good quarterback in the future, and it just never panned out after that. But I'm buying back in this year.
No, I agree with you. I think Derek Carr is better than most things. Talking Shaheed right there. I've been taking some in this range too. Big play guy, should be number 3 in that offense. Uses spike weeks as a late quarterback.
Yeah, and he closed out the year very strong last year. I've been getting him when I don't get an Olave and Michael Thomas. Or if I have a Carr, I'm fine getting him with one of the other two. But I don't want 2 of those wide receivers unless I have Carr.
Yeah, no, that all makes sense, especially at Carr's ADP around 145, 150. If you have 2 of them, like you already know you have Olave early or MT or something like that.
Yeah, he's
very
been my
easy
main
to get Carr
because I do like Olave in the second round. So if I get him, I'm immediately thinking I can get Carr as my hopefully second quarterback. But I'm fine with him being my first as long as I'm loading up the rest of my running backs and wide receivers before I get them.
For sure. So there went, I was a little scared about that. There went running back, running back, running back, running back. Leaves me with not many good running backs.
You got a decent 4, though, at least.
Yeah. That was part of the reason I was fine.
Yeah, I actually might have taken Chandler in one of those last rounds. But I have Madison. I don't like getting Madison and Chandler on the same team. I'm not against it. I just prefer not to do it. If I don't get Madison, I find myself getting Chandler in a lot.
Tough. I do not love this pick. So I'm going to go something I don't do too often. Reached a little bit for Chase Brown, but I do have Joe Mixon early, and there is definitely still some concerns with Joe Mixon, but my thought process here is at least use one of those Cincy running backs majority of weeks. I already have Eckler I plan to use most of the time. Gibson, Singletary can rotate in, so I don't know. I'm fine doing that on draft, especially when it costed such little draft capital. I'm pretty much just hopefully baking in a Cincy running back week most of the time.
You like those week 7 bye week teams?
Week 7 is definitely my favorite by far when it comes to these. It's not even close every single time. Title Marley, who's the dustiest QB you are willing to take late? I mean,
it would be somebody who I'm trying to stack with. It's Lance if I don't have a stack partner. If I have a stack partner, it's whoever the hell that stack partner is. If I have like a McLaurin or a Dotson or even Samuel, then I'm fine getting Howell. If I have Pitts or London, I'm fine getting Ritter. So it's just any stack option is what I'm looking to do. And if I don't have anyone on my team that I can stack with, I get Lance.
Yeah, you're still on the Lance train. I think I have maybe one team with him a couple months ago. Still not 0 over here. Going to keep that way. So it's definitely stack. If I have Patriots, I'm good going Mac Jones. Houston, I'm good going CJ Stroud. Commanders, I'm good going Sam Howell. So mainly comes to that.
Yeah, and I'm only Lance when I need a second or a third quarterback. And it's on those teams usually with late bye weeks anyways. I think that San Fran has a week 9 bye week, and it wouldn't shock me to see week 10 Lance be the starter.
Yeah, so right here, I went Bryce Young because I had some Mingo. There was not really great pairings down here. Could have went Ryan Tannehill with Treylon Burks, and I have some Tannehill too. So yeah, pretty much comes down to whoever you want to stack.
Yeah, I'm just a correlation freak, so that's how I get exposed to different quarterbacks, just based on shit. I need a quarterback. It's getting late. Who do I have on my team? Okay, I can pair him with this guy. It's not like I'm trying to get a lot of Howell. It's just like, oh shit, Samuel's still there. I can get him and then Howell in the next round. So I just started thinking about things like that.
Yeah, and if I have nobody I can stack, I think of like rushing upside. Like Sam Howell has more rushing upside than Mac Jones. So I'd lean to a Sam Howell over Mac Jones in that standpoint, or CJ Stroud. Like, I'm not trying to take a Mac Jones down here. Who else? Jimmy Garoppolo as much if they're unstacked, because their damage is going to be done through the air. Whereas, Sam Howell does have a little rushing upside. CJ Stroud, Tannehill, I guess, has a little bit, but sometimes you just need a quarterback with a different bye week too. And that's because sometimes there's only very few left. I'm like, all right, he should be starting. I'll take him as a second quarterback. But
yeah, then another thing I'll do is if I don't have a second quarterback, I'll be like, okay, who's there? Who has some receivers I can pair with? CJ Stroud, maybe I can get him and then Tank Dell later, or him and then Robert Woods later. Now Tank Dell's starting to shoot up, so you can't really get that anymore. I already got him. So I'd be fine just pairing him with CJ if I needed a quarterback here. But it's just I'll go and I'll look at the wide receivers. I'll say who doesn't have a wide receiver that's gone already. All right, I can pair whoever it is. I can pair Stafford with Atwell. There we go. That's my plan.
Like it.
All right, who are we looking at here? 2582.
Yeah. I'm going to go another running back. Probably my last one. Yeah,
I just have too much CEH, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you've taken a lot of them. I have not taken too much, but it's in a good offense. Who knows what Andy Reid does? One week it's Pacheco. He fumbles twice. Next one it's McKinnon. Feels like it's not ever going to be McKinnon in the big role. CEH, I mean, they was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. First round pick. Mahomes won him. LSU dealt with injuries. Other team, McKinnon steps up. Like he's ran pretty bad. I would not be surprised at all to see CH have a couple spike weeks, get you 15, get you 20, catch a couple passes, and get there in round 18. But all these
I'm
guys
not even told that he can't get the starting job back, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they have so many. Andy Reid, it's a name on a paper. If he sees something he likes, he sees a matchup. One guy can't pass protect, something like that. I mean, Andy Reid is quick to pull the trigger. So yeah, I'm good with CEH in the back end, but all of these guys down here, like you're just hoping at the end of the day. That's really what you're doing. But it's how you win $300,000, getting a lot of these late picks right. They are important.
All right, I'm gonna go with Claypool since I talked about him already.
I was debating taking him too for my fields, but
and then man, this is where the running backs, I hate having to get like one of these guys as my fifth. And I don't really have any preferred play here. I'll just go with the vet because I mean Indiana has so many running backs. We got Jackson, Hole, the old Drake that we just signed, Moss with the broken arm. Does Taylor come back? I already got Taylor, I guess, so I shouldn't have been looking at them anyways. But Patterson, this is like the one site I'm getting my Patterson exposure to because you get those 2 extra rounds. You get the full point PPR. And who knows, maybe he gets traded to Chiefs or something.
Yeah, I mean, I have very little too. Like that was part of the reason I went CH is like in my head I could pick like a Deuce Vaughn right there, just looking at the 2 running backs that went after CH. It feels more likely that CH does get there certain weeks in that, whereas Patterson, you kind of feels like you're needing a trade. And again, I have some Patterson too. Like all these running backs on there are so tough, but it feels like you're pretty much needing a trade to get any real output from them. I mean, Algier there, Bijan. There's only so many mouths. So yeah, so I'm on the clock here. Man, it is so tough. I guess I'll go Josh Palmer. And that's pretty much give me someone. If Keenan goes down, he hasn't been able to stay healthy forever. Mike Williams, get anyone in that third receiver position for the Chargers, I have interest in.
Yep. I'll go and I'll look at my team. I'll see if I have any LAC. If I don't, Palmer gets on my team. Same thing with like Josh Kelly. I want pieces of that Chargers team. Chargers, Vikings, Chiefs, Bills. I'm going after Saints. I'm going after those teams pretty hard this year.
Love it. Wrapping up.
Man, I didn't even realize I had Pittman and Taylor on this team. If I realized that, I might have tried to shoot for
Richardson,
but I have so much Minnesota on this team. I felt like I had to get Cousins. I was focused on getting him.
Is it going to be Kelly or Spiller as RB2? I'm drafting like it's going to be Kelly. Or at least I think if Eckler were to go down, I think it would be Kelly as the workhorse. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if if they mix in some RB2 and stuff, but I'm acting, and most of what I've seen is like it's going to be Joshua Kelly.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say maybe Spiller has a higher ceiling just because we don't know what we're getting with him. He was drafted pretty early last year, I think. I really just don't know much about Spiller, so I don't know. I just feel like the early draft pick, Kelly, he's been around. He's jumped in that starting role, and he's really never done much. But I do agree that he's probably the one that steps up if Eckler goes down. I just don't know that he's really going to do a whole lot with it. And it wouldn't shock me to see them get Kareem Hunt or something like that. Fournette.
Yeah. Sign me up for that. Got that defense.
Yeah, get those guys on a team at stat. I'm already kind of done drafting them, but my bag is big enough that even if I quit drafting them now, I'm going to be overweight by the end of the season for sure.
Yeah, so I went Ryan Tannehill as a third quarterback. Definitely didn't need it. Oh, that D-backs line just came out too. We'll break down our teams quick and out of here. Got to get this D-backs line up.
All right, yeah.
Couple interesting pieces, but
I guess we're not going Russell Gage.
Don't go Russell Gage for anybody out there. Season-ending injury, it looks like earlier today. Which you never love to see.
Truth. Man, which wide receiver would you take here on my team? I have no real preference.
I have the most Corey Davis.
Corey. I don't like getting him and Hardman on the same team unless I have Rodgers, but I'm kind of cool with it. Just hopefully one of them does well, or they bounce back and forth every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll probably. I bet I do have most of him too, because I have a decent amount of Rodgers, so I'm always looking for some pairing. All right, I like my team. I feel pretty good about it.
Talk about it.
Went with Mahomes, Cousins, have them both stacked up. Mahomes is stacked with Kadarius Toney, who has some falling ADP value. A lot of people drafting earlier couldn't have got that. And I also put him with Rashee Rice, who we saw as my highest exposed wide receiver over on Drafters. And then I got Cousins paired with my boy Madison. I got Jefferson, and I got Addison on that team. So I love those two stacks. Feeling really good about that. I like my running backs more than most teams because I got Taylor in the second round, and then I got my two favorite running backs at cost, Kenneth Walker and Madison, both falling to me. And then I like this new ADP of Elijah Mitchell. I'd be fine getting him early 130s, late 120s, to be honest with you. So if I'm getting him mid 140s, I'm down with that. Sign me up. And then Gainwell, I like Gainwell the most of all of the Eagles running backs at cost. But at the same time, I want an Eagles running back on a good portion of my teams. I don't know who it's going to be, but I want to take my chances on all three. And then I threw in Patterson late just to have a sixth. First pick, you can't pass up on Justin Jefferson, in my mind, best wide receiver in the league. And then I got Pittman paired with Taylor on the Colts. Maybe that can turn into something this year. Got my stack pieces there. Tank Dell's been crushing it in preseason and camp. I've been getting them late, but I'm fine jumping up a couple rounds, still taking them. I don't really have a preferred wide receiver on that team. I think he could end up being the guy. Then I threw in Hardman and Davis as my chances from the Jets, the deep threat in Claypool. And then I like Freiermuth, especially getting him at 120. I have him before 110. I bet he's around like 107, 108 in my rankings. So I love that 120. And then two of my highest exposed tight ends, Taysom Hill and Johnson. I don't have them on the same team together until now, but I know I'm over 13, 14% to both of them.
Great breakdown. Love your team for sure. Definitely one of the best my favorite teams of yours. My team, I like what I got going too. Not as much correlation, but so I got Justin Fields Got him with Darnell Mooney. I'm good with just one pairing there. Bryce Young took really late to have Jonathan Mingo. Fine with it. I mean, I used 280 or 200th pick on him. Ryan Tannehill, the last pick in my draft. Was debating, do I go another receiver or something like that? But I already had Traylon Burks. Little scarred for only 2 quarterbacks last year, both injured the last 2 weeks. Give me a third. Give me any points some weeks. Eckler, Mixon, Gibson, Devin Singletary, Chase Brown, CEH, 6 running backs. Good with all of them. Got the Mixon, Chase Browns, hoping to lock up a lot of the Cincy backfield. I'll skip tight end, so I got Waller, Higbee. Totally good with just those 2. 9 receivers: Olave, Debo, Cooks, Traylon Burks, Tyler Boyd, Darnell Mooney, Mingo, Shaheed, Palmer. Olave, Debo used really early, not stacked, but plan on using them most weeks. Traylon Burks with Tannehill, Mooney with Fields, Jonathan Mingo with Bryce Young. I like my team too. Little 3-6-9-2 action right there. Marley, awesome stuff. 10 more minutes or 12 more minutes till MLB lock. So my head's going to be in there. Got to get all my teams in. I will be doing another live draft, 32 minutes on Liam Murphy's channel. You can check out my Twitter. I will retweet that. But great draft as always, Marley. If you want to head over to SHIPITNation.com, get all of our best ball rankings, access to us in Discord, MMA, PGA, MLB, NFL, NBA will be here before you know it. $321 get you 6 months all the way through Super Bowl Sunday. NBA, NHL will be going on during that. $59 a month get you down to $53 a month. Does this promo right here. And September 11th, that price is going up to $69 a month. So no better time to get in, to join it, get in the Discord as well. That's going to do it for us, though. Great work, as always, Marley. See ya Friday, talking some fights. For Big Marley, I'm Titletown. Good luck, everybody.